My name's Walter Berry, Rules Editor-Interpreter for Football Canada. I'm here today in collaboration with Football Quebec to put this video together to explain to you the new rules for 2014. These rules apply to all tackle football in the province of Quebec. First rule change involves Rule 1, Section 1, Article 8. The cones that are placed at the corners of the goal line and sideline, dead ball and sideline are now considered inbounds. This applies if a player comes down and touches those cones, he's touched something in bounds, and any points may apply. Rule 1, Section 11, Article 12. We've added a new paragraph in here that makes it no player is allowed to have any communication device of any sort in their helmet or on their person. Rule 1, Section 13, Article 5. If a player is injured, he must leave the field for a minimum of 3 plays, irregardless if the time had been stopped for a measurement or a team timeout. If it happens to be equipment, the player has to stay off a minimum of 1 play. Coming back in before that required time will result in a penalty of 10 yards. Next change, Rule 4, Section 2, Article 4. This involves the 20 seconds to put the ball into play. All we've done here is add verbiage to what has been in practice by referees for a number of years. The verbiage indicates that if Team A, once the 20 seconds has started, decide to make a substitution or a player injury, they will only be allowed the remaining time left in that 20 seconds to put the ball into play. If it's a Team B team that causes the stoppage, Team A will get another 20 seconds. If it's stopped by any reason, like a clock going down, lightning, stuff like that, if it's not within the last 3 minutes of the second and fourth quarter, Team A gets 20 seconds. If it's within the last 3 minutes of the second and fourth quarter, Team A will get 20 seconds, plus the time will be reset back to where it was before the play had started. Next change, Rule 5, Section 4, Article 2. We've added in here on any kick from scrimmage where the ball does not cross the line of scrimmage, not being a result of that ball being blocked, it is to be treated as a dribbled ball. Meaning any onside players can still recover that ball and play still live. Any offside players touching that ball will automatically result in the ball turning over to the other team. Also, we deleted paragraph E. Paragraph E concerned when a ball is kicked over the line of scrimmage. An onside player is allowed to recover the ball, but if an offside player was within that 5-yard zone and a member of the receiving team was there as well, it was illegal. We've removed that completely. It's legal. Next change, Rule 6, Section 4, Article 6. We've deleted away the note and put it into one of the paragraphs, explaining about a completed forward pass. There's been no real change in the philosophy other than a change in verbiage here to make it clearer what we mean by keeping control of the ball while hitting the ground. Rule 7, Section 2, Article 3. All we've done here is made a clearer description of what a butt block or butt tackle is. It's head leading block, head leading tackle. Next change, Rule 7, Section 2, Article 4. In this rule, all it is adding more safety to the players. The wording face mask is now to include helmet. Later on in Section 3, Article 5, we'll explain exactly what is meant by grabbing the face mask or helmet. This section here is only if it's excessive, it can result in a player disqualification. Rule 7, Section 3, Article 2. This change just came about, again, player safety. We've now put in verbiage in the rule book to make it a little bit more clear what exactly is meant by roughing the passer. In the past, officials knew that if you hit the passer at or below the knee or above the shoulders, we're calling a penalty. Now, there's actual verbiage in the rule book to try to make it clear for everybody exactly what we're talking about. Rule 7, Section 3, Article 5. As explained earlier, on the face mask section, we're including the helmet. Previously, you had to grab just the face mask for it to be a penalty. Now, face mask, the top of the helmet, the chin strap, the ear hole, back of the helmet, all are just as dangerous to a player. Rule 7, Section 3, Article 2, involving spearing, which is the action of diving with the helmet onto a player on the ground or as he's going down. We have removed the word intentional, deliberate. We cannot tell if it's intentional or deliberate. This action is not to be tolerated. Rule 7, Section 3, Article 8, head leading block or tackle. Once again, in head leading block or tackle, we've removed the word intentional or deliberate in there because we cannot tell. We do not want this action to be part of the game. We've also removed the note, which explained that the face mask was part of the helmet. The reason for removing the face mask as part of head tackle or head block is to bring the rules in line and part of the safe contact teaching that is happening now in Football Canada. In other words, players blocking me, his face mask happens to touch me, we do not want this to be a penalty. This is the proper technique these players are being taught as part of the safe contact program. Rule 7, Section 3, Article 16. We've added a whole new article here regarding a player in a defensive posture. We're trying to avoid contact with these players, again, for the security of these players. Section A lists 9 players and the way they could be classed as in a defenseless posture. Section B is 3 types of hits that are illegal to be made against these 9 players. Following change is for 10 or 12 player aside football. Previously, the rule book had these rules as being recommended. Effective 2014, these are now rules. Don't forget, make sure, refer to Football Quebec for any specific rules that might amend the rules from Football Canada.